Welcome back to another video from your Excel Ninja. Today I am inspired by one of your requests for a template on creating a simple yet automated effective leave submission and managing spreadsheets. So let's get right into it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and I'm your Excel Ninja.
All right, now this process requires two separate spreadsheets. One would be for staff leave input, like so, and the other would be for the master leave sheet. Okay, let me explain first what's the other one. So the first one is the staff leave input. It's actually a table right here and a user form that will be launched by this staff leave input form. And there's like an automated summary of what has been entered so far from here. And it has the following fields. You got the employee ID, the job title, the name of the employee, the department, years of service, leave date, leave type, and the date this record has been submitted. So the objective is we have this scenario where we have a set of departments. You have different employees, and what needs to be done is that there must be some kind of a spreadsheet where people would be able to enter their leave applications, like what dates they are, and some information about the applicant or the users. Like in this case, you don't have to follow this same field here, but these are just random fields that I thought that would be useful. Employee ID, you got the job title, years of service. Maybe the people who will be managing this leave application would like to know how many years of service these users they have as an attribute. And of course each record will have to have a leave date, the date that they are wanting to apply their leaves for. And one record is one leave date. That has to be the process. And then you have the leave type, and these are random entries. We got either annual leave, paternity leave, maternity leave, and all sorts. It's right in the code, but just letting you know that leave type is also probably one useful attribute or field in your table. So this is a table. This is supposedly this is actually supposed to be locked, and it will only have some entries when people would use the form, which will be launched from this button right here. Now, but that will be discussed. I mean, locking this table will be another discussion for the subject of protecting your table or your sheet. But for now, what you need to know is that the process that you need to relay to the users of this form is that they must not fill in these records manually. Again, this is ideally be protected supposedly, but I can make another video on how to protect the sheet, to protect the entries, but yet still making the form effective or still working. Now let me show you how to use this form. What you're looking at right here are some existing records that I have already entered through the following form. Now this form launches a form. Okay, there you go. Now this is done by coding in VBA, but that's again another it could be another video. That depends on if you comment them down below how to create this date picker or form. but or you could also message me, and I'll leave some link for you to download this template, so you could also communicate with me as to how to write this, or I can even share you how to write this form. But for now, the purpose of me showing this is to show you how the process works, or how it's a process that you can actually do yourself. So here you're looking at the staff leave input form, and as you can see right here, it's asked the user is asked of the employee ID, the job title, okay, it's too small, the name, you have to enter this, the department, the number of years of service, and this is what I was talking about, the leave type. Okay, so in this leave type, you have the following already existing in this code. Okay, and this is the interesting part. Currently, the VBA do not have the control for a native date picker, so it wasn't possible to easily create the date picker by simply picking a date picker form. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I can actually exit out of this form. So supposedly you go to developer to create this form, and you kind of insert, there it is. Where did that go? Okay, there it is. Insert a control. So as you can see, date picker is not one of them natively. You can't even find it from at least from what I have tried looking for from published Microsoft resources. And so I settled for creating that myself. So let me bring that up one more time. So it does open up this form into my other monitor. So I'm dragging it back over to the screen. But in your experience, you might see it pop up right in front of the spreadsheet. Okay, so let me show you how this process works. The user types in their employee ID. Let's just say I'm gonna say let's say 99112. Okay, and by the way, this form can be resized. For now, ignore that it's looking a little bit small. And then let me put my job title as probably reporting analyst or something. And again, employees can have the same name. Let's just pretend, or let me say I'm applying again for another leave. I'm actually here, and you know what? Let me make it like the actual employee ID that I have entered right there, just to be realistic. Okay, and of course I'm keeping my name the same as I entered it here. My department is reporting, so all right, there you go. And of course, just looking at the leave date, I will be picking something for February. Okay, but for now, I'm gonna be consistent with my years of service. I'm gonna say 3. Okay, and I'm applying again for a regular annual leave. Let's just say. Now in this date picker, as you can see, I can actually navigate to the next calendar date. So these are the controls. These are elements of my calendar picker, but they're actually separate controls. And I'm picking observe what happens if I pick a date right here. Okay, so it does enter it right here. For now, I will be working on further on this form to make this part right here optimized, so we can see the list box. As you can see, the list box is kind of cropped here, but you can see that that date has been entered right there. So part of the process requires that there's a date picker, and that value representing this day for a date gets really entered inside your list box. It's one of the key in making this thing work. And of course, let's just say I have multiple applications for leave, so I want to have it again for the next week. So I'm going to say 17, and observe that it did add it right here. And let's say I made a mistake entering something right in the value that's being collected right here, and I want to remove that. Notice that there is a button that will take care of that for you, but you have this process requires that you select the date that you think it's incorrectly entered and hit remove from list, and there you have it. So it goes back to the remaining current or the previous date that you picked. And let's say I need to correct it, but instead I want it to be on the 7th of February. Okay, so I'm picking that, and there it is. Okay, I can even apply for a third one, but to show you that you can actually select multiple dates here. Let's pick another random day right there. Okay, so the part of the process is that the form will take a look at all the input controls if they have values in them, and the submit button makes watches that for us, and if everything is valid, there are dates, so it will push through and get encoded and be appended in this existing table right here. So that's how it works. So let's see that in action. Watch this. And okay, there you have it. And there it is. Okay, you have the confirmation. If you hit OK, the automatically closes the form, and these are my entries right here. It is now encoded, and this is what I meant by this table, or the process that I am suggesting is that this is just for encoding and storing it, and for also for the convenience of automation and ease. As you've seen, it was very friendly that the users just have to fill out the form right there. Another thing that I could suggest, since these are open text, you could also have the option to turn them into data validations, just like this. But this is the minimum, to at least perform the or to satisfy the objective.
To learn more about Excel and other data essentials, visit www.yourexcelninja.com to get started. We also offer one-on-one learning sessions.
Next is that you'll see right here. Let me see if I have how many annual leaves we have. Do we have 6? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it is actually so. And so this is also useful. Forgive me. So I thought of adding this summary on the right hand side for the users who are using this form. They have an idea, overall, in general, how many leave types and in total have already been encoded. So I think that's useful. The next part of the process, you see, this is ideally a shared document that users can access in their network, in your organization's network, and fill it out, simultaneously, and they get to enter the information automatically using the form. This is best, and I would suggest really that they open this file in an Excel desktop application, because it has a macro or a VBA button right here. Okay, so that's half of the process, the application part or the submission part. The second part of the process is the people who are supposed to approve your leave. Okay, so once that's done, actually, once you hit once you run the VBA, it actually saves the file. So I believe it's already saved. We'll find out, but anyway, I'm gonna open up now the master leave sheet. So this is how it looks like. The master leave sheet has a query right here. Okay, this is an automated and a dynamic list of uh, records that has been submitted from that other file. And that's why I said it has to be stored in a shared location where people can edit and and put in their records of applications and get stored back in the network. Now this other file we're looking at right now feeds from that file. That's how it works. And as you can see here, it requires that this needs to be refreshed. And there is a refresh button for the convenience of the people who will be using this workbook. And if you hit refresh, and that should count. Actually, this is what I was talking about. The other file may have not been saved just yet. So what is also important that this must be saved. Okay, there you go. Now, right now, this is actually saved in my local drive, but the idea is, it has to be in a shared network. So let's go back to the other file. Okay. So this query will query that location where that workbook is located. I hit refresh. And there you have it. See, the records are right there. Okay. So supposedly, though, that will be saved. And you as a manager for the leave application, you have the option to, by the way, let me review for you the fields that here. So as you can see, these are not created, but these are queried fields. That's why they exist from that other workbook. Yeah, you can see the same fields from there, but with a little bit more of an additional field for the manager to go ahead and decide to if they would like to approve it or not. So as you can see here, you can make your own kind of logic as to how to approve or kind of leave entitlement, if you will, to find out how many you would want to entitle a certain employee, and the criteria appears to be years of service. If it's less than or equal to 5, then it'll be 14. If not, then you follow the next logical statement, which is if years of service is less than 15, then it has to be 20. Less than or equal to 15. Right. Okay. And then finally you'll get 20 if you get more. Okay. Which is, I'm sorry, 26 right there. Okay. So it has to be prorated for your numbers of years of service. And another field right here is the adjustment. This is manually entered. If there is any need for the manager to decide if they'd like to add more, then this is the field where they can manually add records for it. Okay. And then this is also where the manager decides if, let's say, I am being very favored, so I am actually being approved right away by the manager. So let's do that and approve my leave that I just applied just now. Okay. That's one. Okay. 2. All right. Good job. So I have my application has been approved, and you can see that the approved leave, by the way, the approved leaves field is actually a running value, because it actually counts the number of approved records for the same employee ID. Okay, that says yes right here. So this is a running approved leaves field. Okay, so it's current. And then of course the leave balance is also a useful attribute. So I added that as a logic of the difference between the number of approved leaves and the summation of the leave entitlement plus any adjustment on the overtime. So whatever the sum of these two fields for that same record, it has to be the difference between that and the approved leaves, because it only makes sense that you have to subtract the approved leaves from what he or she has been entitled to. Okay? and you get a running leave balance. Again, it's current. It'll always be the current value, no matter what row or record this is. Okay, so that way there's a guide for for the people who would be managing every application. Let's say you have an idea. Okay, he's got 5 approved leaves already, but he's got 14 entitled leaves, but he's got only 9 more. So something useful. Okay. And so basically that's the closed loop cycle process. It starts with the input, the staff leave input sheet, and it's very straightforward. People just have to go ahead and enter their information, and then it gets encoded, and then they feed from. I mean the master leave feeds from this file, and that's how it works.
Please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other videos and other essentials. Thank you for watching.